Find equivalent fractions. Now that is fractions with the same value. So when you're doing this, you are comparing fractions together. So whenever you are comparing fractions, you need to simplify that fraction first. So I'm going to have a look at the left rows first. So I'm going to have a look at 2/8. Now I know that 2 is a factor of 8 and 2. So factors, which we've learned before, are very important when it comes to simplifying fractions. So I know that 2 goes into 2 one time, and 2 goes into 8 4 times. So I've simplified a fraction to show that 2/8 is the same thing as 1/4. Right, this one here, because it's a unit fraction, it's got a 1 as a numerator, then it can't be simplified. So I'm going to change that. Now if I look at 2/3, I can't find any patterns between the 2 and the 3. So there is no common factors there. So again, I'm going to leave this one. Now if I look at 3 and 6, I can see that 3 and 6 both go into 6. So I know that in order to simplify this fraction, I know that 3 goes into 3 one time, and I know that 3 goes into 6 2 times. So by simplifying, I can see that 3/6 is the same thing as 1/2. Now let's focus on the right-hand side. So look at 8/12. Right, I know that 4 goes into 8 and 12, so I can simplify this fraction. So 4 goes into 8 2 times, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. Okay, I'm going to have a look at this, and as it has a 1 as a numerator, that can't be simplified. Let's look at 3/12. I'm looking for patterns again. I know that 3 and 12 both go into 12. So I know a 3 goes into 3 one time, and I know that 3 goes into 12 4 times. So 3/12 is the same as 1/4. And here again, I have a 1 as a numerator, so that tells me it can't be simplified. So now I can make my comparisons. So let's have a look at quarter. I see there's a quarter here and a quarter here. So I can link these two fractions. They are equivalent. Let's look for 2/3. I got 2/3 here and here. So I know that these two fractions are equivalent. Look at my halves. I've got a half here and here. So I know that these two fractions are equivalent. And finally, I got a quarter here and a quarter here. So I can link them, and those are all the equivalent fractions.